Now today's question is about making a DJ routine. How do you put together a solid DMC worthy DJ routine? Let's talk about that right now. Hey guys, what's going on with DJ TLM? You're watching DJ TLM TV. Welcome to another Q&A video, and today's question is about DJ routines. So the question comes from someone who's been DJing for about 4 years now. He's done a college festival or two, and he's had a residency at a small bar, but he has plans on moving and taking his DJing to the next level in a bigger city. Now the question is, if I have any advice or tutorials on how to put together a solid DMC worthy routine. Okay, since you mentioned a DMC worthy routine, I'm assuming that you're really talking about a turntablism routine. If you're not familiar with turntablism, check out some of my videos. Search turntablism. I made some videos about that. But when it comes to putting together a turntablism routine, that's what DJs mostly do when they participate in these DJ battles. Like, of course, the DMC battles. And back in the days, we had the ITF battles. And now a lot of DJs are doing the Thre3style, the RedBull Thre3style competition. Wow. Any advice? Well, first of all, take time. Putting together a solid routine, and like you said, a DMC worthy routine, is something that can take months. If you talk to the guys who did it for years and won championships after championships, this is not something they did a couple of weeks before battle day and just started to put something together. This is a long time in the making. First of all, you have to figure out an entire routine. Then you have to practice it and practice it and practice it until you can make that a solid routine. Yeah, it's been a while for me, man. I have to admit, my last DJ battle was back in, I think, 98, something like that, 98 or 99. So that's a long time ago. And the DJ battles have changed over the years, and if I would ever do any sort of battle again, I would definitely prefer to choose a RedBull Thre3style type of battle. And even if I'm not doing a battle, if I'm going to put together a routine, which I will be doing several routines, I would definitely go for the RedBull Thre3style way. If you're not familiar with RedBull Thre3style, it's a competition, a DJ battle made by RedBull. And it's called Thre3style because one of the rules is that you have to incorporate at least 3 different genres of music. You have a 15-minute set. And what you see a lot of DJs do in those sets is they incorporate a lot of different things. A lot of times they will add at least a controller, for some controllerism. This can be some finger drumming or just for quick cue point access and stuff like that. They will incorporate turntablism, scratches, juggles, stuff like that. But they will also incorporate not just 3 different styles of music, but to make sure they combine that in a good way, they will always do some sort of mashup or a couple of mashups to switch from style to style. And people get real creative with it. I like it better than the traditional DJ battles because it's more accessible to a large audience. Because if you're gonna do a routine in a club and people in that club are not really into turntablism, chances are that they're not gonna really enjoy what you're doing because they don't understand what you're doing and they came there to dance, and they might not even recognize the rhythm within your juggles and feel that you're just making a bunch of noise. Now, I've had this happen to me here, not in the club, but on the radio, and I made that mistake. I shouldn't have done that. If you're familiar with my DJ TLM channel, you may have seen my Michael Jackson routine. This was a routine I put together for a theater tour that I was doing with Brainpower, and right before we started that tour, MJ passed away. And I thought it would be a good thing to have a tribute to MJ in our theater show. Also because Brainpower is like a major Michael Jackson fan. I loved MJ, so I did that routine. Now, during the tour, this worked perfectly. People loved it. That YouTube video on my channel, people love it. Most people. I did have some comment from people who saw it and were like, Why are you messing up Michael Jackson's songs? Why is he not just playing the songs? Because they did not understand that turntablism is about manipulating sounds and music to create new stuff. But we thought it would be a good idea when we did a performance on one of the country's biggest national radio stations to do, we performed I think 1 or 2 songs, but I also did that MJ routine in the studio. Now, this is radio, and the people who listen to that show are listening to that show on the way to work, in the car, and that radio station got so many calls from people who were just really ripping me apart because they thought it was awful. They thought it was actually absolutely awful because they did not understand why this guy, me, was destroying those Michael Jackson songs because they're expecting music to be played on the radio. So I digress, but I hope you get the point, because that's what that will happen if you come with a DMC style routine, which is all about juggles and scratches, and you're playing in a club. I don't know if that will have the right effect, and RedBull Thre3style is all about playing music but incorporating different styles, adding turntablism, maybe a little controllerism, making live mashups, and doing cool stuff. So that's the way I would go. But putting together a routine like that, first of all, I would start by gathering songs that you feel should be in there. You want to have a nice start, a good opening that will get everyone's attention, but you also want to have a strong ending. It has to be sort of a story in there, at least with a beginning and an end. What you do within that routine also depends on your level. What can you do? Can you do cuts? Can you do juggles? Do you have the ability to come up with cool mashups? You can make special edits where a track starts to loop at a certain point, maybe changes tempo. There's a lot of things you can do, but there's not one formula I can really give you. So the main thing is get that selection, know what you're capable of, and practice. Try different stuff, and once you get it down to what it needs to be, you need to practice, 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 practice. That's it, guys. That's all. If you have any more questions, you know where to reach me, DJ TLM TV at djtlm.com. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. If you have any advice for this man's question, leave it in the comment section down below, and I will be back very soon. Peace.